Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty. Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty features remedies for inner healing and outer beauty. Real-time conversations with sisters in the Hebrew Israelite community, focused on healing our spirit, mind, and body, which will contribute to the healing of our nation as a whole. Sip a cup of tea, wear your favorite turban, tee, or tunic, and enjoy Tea Time with Shebrews Royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit, love, joy, and peace. She's got long suffering, gentleness, and goodness, temperance, faith, and meekness too. Shebrews royalty. She's got the fruits of the spirit.
Shalom, sisters. Shalom, shalom, sisters. Come on in. Come on in. Who is here? Who is here bright and early? Sister Phyllis, you are here. Shalom, my sister. Shalom. Shalom. Who else is here? Come on, speak to me. Talk to me, sisters. Who is here? Come on in. Come on in. Let us get this royal tea party started. Let us do that. As you come in, please do me a favor, hit the like button, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already done so. So Sister Habkarat is here. Shalom, sister. Sister Johnny is here. Sister Princess is here. Awesome. Welcome, welcome. Shalom, sisters. So good to see you all. So good to see you all. So let us just jump right in. Let us jump right in. But before I go any further, let me first give a big shout out, a praise to the Almighty, AHAYAH, ASHAR, AHAYAH. I am that I am, the God of the Hebrews and the Shebrews, in the name of his son, YASHAYA HaMashiach, whom the world calls Jesus Christ, and Rawach Qadash, the Holy Spirit. So I am so thrilled to see you all tonight. Let us just give a huge shout out to the Most High for bringing us back together another Sunday. We are just so blessed. We are just so blessed. I am your hostess, Qala Yakachaa, and I humbly thank you for joining me on this broadcast tonight. Sister Dee is here. Shalom, sis. So good to see you. Shalom, shalom. Thank you all for joining me. So how was your week, sisters? How was your week? I pray that you all had a blessed week and a restful Shabbat. My Shabbat wasn't so restful. It was busy. It was fun. Why? Because we were celebrating Purim early. We had an early celebration of Purim yesterday. So you know all of the festivities that comes with that, all of the preparation and everything that goes into that great celebration of Purim. So it was a busy day, but it was so beautiful with the gift giving and, you know, all of the performances at the Shabbat. It was, yes, Sister Habkarat, yes, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yes, just it was so beautiful. It was so beautiful. Who wants to do any of those other things that we used to do before we came into this truth? Nobody wants to do that stuff anymore. That stuff is so 100 years ago. We've got the real deal. We've got the real deal, the true holy days that we celebrate. So yes, we had an amazing Purim celebration yesterday. All praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High. So yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Those of us who were there know. We know. So before moving forward in this discussion, let me first make these disclaimers, get them out of the way. Let me start by saying what tea time with Shebrew royalty is not going to be. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And we understand that, we get it. We don't expect it to be. But however, if you come upon this channel and you realize that for whatever reason, you don't agree with our beliefs, our customs, our way of life, that's okay too. I would encourage you to continue to search YouTube until you find your perfect cup of tea and your perfect flavor. So you owe that to yourself. So just keep searching YouTube and you will satisfy whatever it is that everything is on YouTube. So I'm sure that if you're looking for something, you will find it. What I do ask is that you not leave any insults or derogatory statements in the comment box, because that would be distasteful. We would really appreciate that, and we thank you in advance. Also, although I am a licensed physician assistant and certified functional nutrition informed professional, and I will be touching on topics of health and wellness on my broadcasts, such as tonight, we will not be utilizing this platform to diagnose or treat anyone's illnesses. If you are experiencing any medical problems whatsoever, please consult your healthcare practitioner. And the views that you will hear on this channel are the views of myself or my guest, and not those of any particular church or organization. So that being said, let me introduce you to my guardian doc. As much as we don't like to, there are times when it is necessary for us to seek out medical care. So I would like to share with you another option to keep in mind. My guardian doc. Let me get this video up on the screen for you.
Life can throw unexpected curveballs. When it comes to your family's health, you need someone in your corner. Introducing My Guardian Doc, your virtual medicine program provides compassionate medical guidance and world-class care around the clock. Within minutes, talk to a licensed physician. We are My Guardian Doc. All our doctors are guided by our Patient Safety and Care Equity Council, whose mission is to ensure you receive safe and equitable care. For just $27 per month, your entire household gains access to a team of dedicated medical professionals. Whether it's just sniffles or sneezes, medication refills, or a question about diagnosis or treatment, or the need to speak to a behavioral health specialist in the privacy of your home, no concern is too big or too small. My Guardian Doc is here to help you. No surprise fees, no hidden costs, just quality care when you need it most. With My Guardian Doc, for just $27 per month, your entire household's associated benefits include immediately lower micromort count, which is your 1 in a million chance of dying, on-demand access to doctors, reduce healthcare costs, improve healthcare outcomes, decreased visits to the hospital or emergency room, increase your lifespan, and gain peace of mind knowing your family's health is always protected. From urgent care, primary care, medical guidance, prescription discounts, hospital bill negotiation, and much more, My Guardian Doc is here for you every step of the way. Millions of people have expressed a need for My Guardian Doc. Join the fastest growing subscription service. Visit myguardiandoc.com to subscribe today, because your family's health deserves the best.
So yes, that is My Guardian Doc. And for more information, as the video states, please visit the website, myguardiandoc.com. And if you choose to sign up for coverage, you can find the subscription link for Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty viewers in the description box just below this video. All right, let us keep it moving, my sisters. Let us keep it moving. How have you all been? Talk to me. How have you been? How have you been? Drop a comment in the comment box. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you're here. And if you haven't already done so, please share, like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. I hope that you are wearing your favorite turban, tee, tunic, or dress. And that being said, let's sip some tea and have healthy talk. Let's get this royal tea party started. Let us do that. But before we do that, I have to show this menu every week. Why? Because I want you all to know what Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty and Shebrew Royalties have going on over here, right? So many of you have had the drinks from Shebrew's Royalties, and some of you have not. So I always want to keep this fresh in your mind, what we are doing and these drinks that you just got to experience. If you have not experienced any of our signature drinks, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. You all really are missing out. So reach out to me, sisters. Let us bring up this menu here. Let's start here. Let me get this menu going. So here it says Shebrew's Royalty by Shebrew Royalty. And this is our list of royalties for inner healing. Here's the menu. It starts off with kombucha. And kombucha is a delicious, healthy, fizzy drink full of valuable probiotics for gut health. Flavored or plain, it is super refreshing. Then there's sorrel. It's a sweet but tangy, super healthy Caribbean beverage infused with plenty of warm spices. And when I say warm spices, I mean, it's so delicious. So delicious. Those of you that have had the sorrel, even the aroma is delicious. And then there's citrus rosemary tea, which is super refreshing black tea infused with fresh rosemary and yummy citrus fruits packed with vitamins and antioxidants. Next up is the flavored lemonade, an upscale version of an all-time favorite beverage made with all natural and organic fruits and herbs, no syrups. Not like when you go to these restaurants and you say, may I have a strawberry lemonade? And the lemonade is made with some kind of something. I don't even know what they make the lemonade from. They claim lemons, but I don't know. And then the strawberry is a strawberry syrup. And no, that is not what we do over here. Everything is organic. So you're talking about fresh squeezed lemons, and then also whatever fruit, it's actual organic fruit. So you have a variety to choose from, such as strawberry, raspberry, mango, lavender, rose petals, and more, and more. Your choices are endless. So let's move on to page 2 of the menu. We start off with the green mint tea, which is a smooth, healthy green tea infused with mint leaves. Then there's spiced apple cider, a delicious blend of apples, oranges, and warm spices, a healthy hot beverage to warm you up on those cold days and nights. Next up is the ginger beer, a sweet and spicy, refreshing island favorite made with ginger root. Turmeric antioxidant tea is a super powerful anti-inflammatory tea that is not only healthy, but also tasty. And last but not least is the very berry antioxidant. And this, as you can see from the price of this one, I mean, this is the super drink. It's an aromatic blend of yummy goodness, a powerhouse of antioxidants that is packed with multiple berries, not just one, not just two, but multiple berries, multiple spices and herbs that work together to help fight off sicknesses and disease and keep you healthy. And I must say, before consuming any herbs and spices, just be careful. I don't know if you're taking any medications that any herbs or so on may interact with. So please consult your healthcare provider if these are herbs that you've never taken before. And know that these drinks, like I said, they're made with all organic ingredients. And because they're made fresh to order, you can basically customize your drink. If you want your teas, if you want them unsweetened, we can do that. If you want them sweetened with just honey, we can do that too. You let me know. And all of these drinks, except for the kombucha, can be, enjoyed whether hot or cold. I do not recommend heating up the kombucha. Why? Because you don't want to kill off those good cultures, right? So other than that, all right. So what do y'all think about this menu? What do you think about this menu? Sister Johnny says, I won the victory by overcoming your sinus cold. Oh, right. That's what I'm talking about. All praises to the Most High. Yes. Yes. Sister Phyllis says, I'm doing well today. All praises to the Most High. Yes. Yeah, I am. I actually had my day started off super good. I got plenty of rest when I got home last night. All I wanted to do was get to bed because I was truly exhausted. After the day that I had yesterday. It was great, but by the time I came home, my body was like, okay, just lay me down to sleep. Just lay me down to sleep. And I listened to my body. So I went to bed and I woke up feeling so refreshed today. I felt so refreshed. So I am ready to get this royal tea party started. So sisters, talk to me. What's your cup of tea or glass of tonic tonight? What is it that you are enjoying tonight? So my drink of choice tonight is not a tea. My drink of choice tonight is coconut water. Coconut water. And we all know, oh my gosh, coconut water is so refreshing. It's just so refreshing. It's so delicious. It's even better when you actually have the coconut and you're able to just crack that coconut open and turn it upside down and just drink from the coconut, all that yummy goodness out of that coconut. You know, growing up on an island, that's how we did it. But here, I don't get coconuts like that. I'm sure they sell them, but I don't know. Are those coconuts organic? I don't know. So unless I see organic on there, I don't know. I don't want to do that. So I buy the commercialized stuff out there that says organic, and I enjoy it whenever I want some coconut water. So let us watch this video. It's by Dr. Jen Caudle, and this video, the title is coconut water more hydrating than regular water? What are the benefits of coconut water? So let us watch this video and see what Dr. Jen Caudle has to say about coconut water. Give me just a minute. Let me remove some stuff off of here and then we can, all right, those are gone. Coconut water.
First of all, do you drink coconut water? Whether you do or whether you don't, I want you to write in the comments. I'm going to start off by telling you the answer to a question a lot of people ask, which is coconut water more hydrating than regular water? Well, the answer is no, it's not. Coconut water is not more hydrating than regular water, even though many brands and companies and articles say that it is. Regular water is quite hydrating. Coconut water can be as well, don't get me wrong, but is it any more hydrating? No. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to answer a few more commonly asked questions like, should you be using it as your post-workout drink? Is it good for weight loss and other things? I'm going to give you the pros and the cons, the benefits and the risks, but I'm also going to kind of tell you my final verdict at the end of the video about whether you should be buying coconut water. So make sure you watch to the end. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. It is good to see you. Okay, so this is a scientific, gosh, I tripped over myself. This is a scientific review of coconut water. This is not a sort of personal or anecdotal or an experiential review. That is why I'm not sitting here with a can of coconut water saying it made me feel this way. There are plenty of other videos on social media to do that. You don't need me to do that. I'm here to give a scientific review, which means telling you what data exists to say what coconut water does and does not do, okay? So that's the first thing I need to get off my chest. I should also clarify too that coconut water in general, there's a difference between coconut water, and I'm not even really talking about the commercialized kind. I'm just talking about coconut water, like coconuts, water versus coconut milk. Just so you know that coconut water is the clear liquid from the inside of the coconut, whereas coconut milk is a blend of coconut water and grated coconut. When I'm talking about coconut water here, I'm talking about the commercial brands of coconut water that are on the market. All right, so we've dealt with the hydrating question. Let's talk about, is it ideal for like post-workout hydration, etc.? I mean, you can use it if you want, but I don't know that, or I think that's any better than, say, regular water. Now, let's go to some of the benefits because I think it ties into this. Some of the pros of coconut water is it's got lots of great electrolytes. It's got a lot of potassium, other electrolytes in it. It's got a lot of good things for our body. So that is, let me just be very, very clear. There's a lot of sort of really good nutrients in coconut water. Okay. The other thing is that depending on how you look at it, it is I mean, perhaps a pro that it is low in calories. Now you got to weigh that with a grain of salt because water has no calories, right? And I just said that coconut water is no better at hydrating us than regular water. Coconut water does have calories. It tends to be lower in calories than many of the fruit drinks and fruit juices out there on the market. But remember, I don't really recommend drinking a lot of fruit juices and fruit drinks, if any at all, because of the sugar content and the calories. So yeah, while it may have less than some of the other juices on the market, it's still got more calories and sugar likely than regular water, which is just fine. So keep that in mind. The other thing I would say is that when you buy coconut water, please make sure that you are looking at the number of servings in a container. Like a container like this could actually have 2 or 3 servings. You think you might just be getting 30 or 60 calories, but you might need to actually multiply that. That's just an example, okay? So keep that in mind. Relatively low calorie compared to other juice drinks, but high calorie in some situations, certainly compared to water, and based on the actual brand that you get. Okay, that I wanted to make a note of. Now there are other claims about coconut water being great for weight loss and being great for like all sorts of sort of health benefits, heart disease, etc. We don't have a lot of good data that suggests that coconut water is like your slam dunk. Okay, I'm going to lose weight. Let me start my coconut water. Okay, I need to get heart healthy. Let me start the coconut water. We don't have slam dunk data that says that. I'm not recommending coconut water to my patient for heart health, patients for heart health, or even weight loss. Now, look, if you want to use it as part of your overall healthy lifestyle, I'm okay with that. I'm not saying coconut water is bad. Let me be very, very clear. I'm just saying we need to temper some of the claims and some of the assumptions that we make about what it can do. Okay. And remember that there are potential risks. Number one, the calories can add up. You got to be careful about that. The other thing is, if you are eating a well-balanced diet, fruits, veggies, all sorts of stuff, you're going to get the nutrients you're getting in coconut water from the food you eat. Like, you don't have to buy coconut water to get nutrients. I probably should have said this earlier in the video. I hope you're still watching, because this is one of the most important things. If you had to drink coconut water to get your nutrients, I mean, we'd be in a whole lot of trouble if we had to do that, right? So you don't need coconut water for that, although it's got a lot of good nutrients in it. I would also say that since there's a decent amount of potassium and there could be sodium and stuff like that, especially if you have like kidney problems, other problems, you want to run this by your doctor before you like just start drinking coconut water. I think it's always a good idea. And the other thing I would say too is that, you can overdo anything. You can overdo anything. You can overdo drinking too much water. Actually, I said this in one of my other videos. I have videos about this, guys, about the dangers of drinking too much water, how much water you can drink. And some people, there was somebody who just recently commented on one of my videos, like, how can you drink too much water? That's ridiculous. Oh, no. You can die from water toxicity. You guys know there are stories in the news every year about someone who does this, who overdoses on water. What happens is when we drink too much water or drink it too fast, it lowers the sodium content in our blood, and that can actually put us into a coma. I send a patient to the hospital at least once a year for low sodium because they've started exercising, eating healthy, and they're pushing all this water, and it's lowering their sodium to levels that are too low. I don't say that to scare you. I'm just saying, like, I just speak the truth here, and I'm not out to sell you anything. As you can see, I'm not representing anything other than science. Okay. You don't have to take this information from me, though. You can actually Google or fact check everything I'm saying. You'll see it yourself. So please be very careful with your water consumption. But this is also why I say with coconut water and things like that, don't overdo coconut water, because like with the electrolytes that it has, the sugar that it, the sugar, albeit less than perhaps regular fruit juices that it has, etc., you can still overdo that. Okay. So again, you want to drink coconut water. I'm not here to tell you that you can't or that you should. In fact, I know I have friends that just love the taste of coconut water. Totally fine. Just in moderation, and just be cautious about the expectations that you have for it. Okay. Drink it because you enjoy it, not because you think it hydrates better than water, because it doesn't, not because you think it's going to kickstart weight loss or other major sort of health benefits that we don't have the data for. Okay. So just keep that in mind. And of course, run everything by your doctor. So back to what I was saying before, the beginning of the video. How many of you now drink coconut water? If you didn't answer before, I'm not saying like how many of you change your mind. That's not it. But I want to know, like, if you didn't answer before, do you drink coconut water? Why do you drink it? Like, what do you like about it? Is it the taste? Is it this or that? I dated a guy once that loved coconut water. Like, I'm not anti-coconut water. I'm just like, just know what it really is and know what it's not, that's all. So let me know in the comments, like what you do, what your deal is. And also let me know if this video was helpful. And if you have other questions about coconut water that maybe I did not answer here. For those of you who don't know me, please subscribe to my channel here on YouTube. If you haven't, please click the little bell. For those of you who are watching this video on Facebook, please like and follow my page. I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. I do daily videos and everything, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, also guys, I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. I'm on WhatsApp. I'm everywhere at Dr. Jen Caudle. And what I try to do as a health professional, as a family doctor, I try to answer the questions that you never thought to ask or were too afraid to ask. So voila, that's what I do here. Also, I have a free health newsletter that goes out every week. You can go to my website, www.drjencaudle.com. You can sign up for my free health newsletter. Guys, I hope this was helpful. Love y'all as always. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. First of all,
So what did you all think about that? How many of you thought about coconut water as being more hydrating than regular water? I never looked at it as more hydrating. What I looked at it as is having all of those, like she mentioned, those electrolytes, especially in the summertime when we are out there doing a whole lot of sweating. And I always like to have some coconut water on hand just to replenish, just to replace all of those electrolytes that we tend to lose so much of in the summertime. So what did you all think about that? Sister Phyllis says, oh, I'm not a fan of coconut water. I love coconut though. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. Sister Carla, shalom, shalom. Good to see you, sis. Good to see you. So yeah, I don't drink coconut water that often, but like I said, more so in the summertime. But I never look at it as a replacement for regular water, because guess what? There is nothing to replace regular water. There's just not. And although when you get a coconut and you are able to get that fresh water out of the coconut, it is so delicious. It's so refreshing. It still is not a total replacement for regular water. It just isn't. So, all right, sisters, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We are about to get started. So I mention this every week that I do not promote on social media because I do not have an account on any other social media platforms. So I depend on your support by sharing the channel and also inviting other sisters, family, friends, either by word of mouth or through your social media. Just join them, ask them to join us, and have a day where it's Invite a Sister Day or something, and have them join you on the broadcast. All right? I would really love that. And then you can tell me, oh, guess what? I brought a guest today. That would be so cool. Sister Johnny says some of it is pretty tasty. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it is. So last week's show, let us talk about last week's show. It actually ended up being the first episode in the series, Ageless Wellness, Tailored Strategies for Women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. I wasn't sure going into the show last week whether I was going to have enough time to go through, all of the information that I had. And so I made that clear in the beginning. I said, you know what, we may end up having to have a part 2. And that is exactly what ended up happening because there was just so much information. And so last week's show really set the stage for tonight's show. And this is such an important topic. So like I said last week, I was going to take my time. And if I was able to go through it all, great. But if not, we would be having a part 2. So here we are. This is part 2, Ageless Wellness, tailored strategies for women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. So that being said, it's showtime, not at the Apollo, but right here on Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty. So welcome to the second Sunday in February 2025. So our show tonight is a continuation of, here we go, Ageless Wellness, tailored strategies for women in their 30s, 40s, 50s, and beyond. So in both of these episodes, we are diving into something every woman should hear: how to take care of your mind, body, and spirit at every stage of life. From building strong foundations in your 30s to embracing vitality in your 60s and beyond. So we would be diving into something every woman in her 40s, 50s, and beyond should hear. That's tonight, because last week we talked about the 30s, right? We talked about the 30s and 40s last week. So tonight, we are going into the 50s and beyond. How to take care of your mind, body, and spirit at these crucial stages of life. So whether you're just starting your wellness journey or looking to refine it, this episode is for you. And we all know wellness isn't one size fits all. It evolves as we do. So, like I said, tonight we're focusing on women in their 50s and beyond. And even if you're not in your 50s or beyond, and you happen upon this show, or you're watching this show right now, you really want to watch this, because guess what? Live long enough and you're going to be one of these women that, end up here at your 50s and beyond. And you may even know someone. You may have a family member. I'm sure we all do have family members and friends that are in their 50s and beyond. So if you stay tuned, then you will learn some things that, even if it doesn't apply to you at this stage, at some point it will apply to you. And like I said, it may apply to someone that you know, and you can really share this video with them. So this conversation could change how you approach your health and your self-care. Also, please remember that what you will hear tonight is to be used as a guideline, not an absolute in your wellness routine. Please keep in mind that if you have any medical conditions or taking medications, it is important for you to discuss any changes to your wellness plan with your healthcare provider before implementation. Sister Johnny says, con, like me too, sis. Sister Phyllis says, I'm in that last year of the 50s. That's what I'm saying. So many of us are here. Remember being in your 20s, 30s, and you would look at women in their 40s and 50s, and you would think, oh my gosh, wow, she's old. Oh my goodness. I remember when I thought that 40 and 50 was, old, until I hit that stage, when I hit my 40s, and I was like, oh, well, I'm still young. And then I hit my 50s, and, I was still feeling it, like, hey, this isn't so bad. And then I hit 60. And it's like, oh, things do start changing. Things do start getting, this is different. This is really different from last decade, This is different. And we're going to talk about some of those things that are different tonight, from when you are in your 30s and 40s, and now you hit your 50s and beyond, and you start realizing, wow, yeah, things are different. Sister Paula says, praise the Most High, family, and my beautiful sister, that host, the host. Shalom, Sister Paula. So good to see you. Shalom. Yeah, let us talk about this. So I'm just going to do a brief recap of what we went over last week. So last week, we talked about women in their 30s, and we talked about in your 30s, you are focusing on building strong foundations. So this is the decade often marked by juggling careers, relationships, and sometimes starting a family. It's also a critical time to set the stage for long-term health. So we talked about how to do that. The importance of balanced nutrition, strength training for bone density, managing stress, and preventive care, making those annual checkups and getting blood work done for hormonal health and thyroid checks, right? And we also talked about what are some of the challenges that you see women face in their 30s, and what advice would you give for building a strong foundation of wellness? That was one of the things that we talked about. And then we entered into the 40s. And the 40s is where we talked about thriving through hormonal shifts. This is when the hormones started going haywire, right? This decade is all about navigating hormonal changes and finding balance. So in the 40s, that is what's going on. So we're talking about perimenopause, symptoms like mood swings, weight changes, foods for hormonal balance. We talked about that. We talked about exercise, pairing strength training with cardiovascular training to support metabolism and cardiovascular health. And then we also talked about detoxing, by supporting your liver by reducing alcohol and processed foods, adding cruciferous vegetables to your diet, right? These are some of the things we talked about in your 40s. Well, the question also came up, what are some of the natural ways women in their 40s can support their bodies during this transition? So we talked about that. Sister Carla says, mid-50s here, all praises for reacting. Oh my goodness, that light is just in my face here. For reaching this season. But hormonal changes are still a thing for me. We're going to talk about that tonight. Because in the 40s, that's when things just start getting out of whack, right? So you're noticing the shifts because that's perimenopause. That's before you actually go into menopause, right? But your body is preparing you. It's letting you know, hey, there's a huge shift coming. So I am preparing you. So when it does happen, it's not a total shock. It's not a total shock because right now I am preparing you. So some days are going to be good. Some days are going to be not so good. The fluctuation of the hormones up and down. So once you hit the 50s, we're going to talk about that tonight. And what do we do? What do we do? What do we expect? Right? So here we are. So if you are watching this video right now and you didn't see last week's show, please go back and watch the show from last week, which talks about how to navigate your 30s and 40s. Okay? When we're talking about wellness. So tonight we're talking about women in their 50s. And embracing change. How do you embrace this change? Oh my goodness. So many women resent their 50s. They're like, having, so a lot of women have a very hard time accepting the fact that they're 50 or beyond. They're really still trying to hold on to what was, which was the 20s, 30s, and 40s, because that was, oh my goodness, it was so vibrant and, we could do just about anything. We felt as though we could. And now in your 50s, you're realizing, you know what, I am not Superwoman. I am not Superwoman. My body is telling me, that you're not Superwoman. And so we need to learn how to embrace these changes through every phase and every stage of life. And we have to learn how to embrace them, not resent these years, these decades, right? Because first of all, like Sister Carla says, all praises for reaching this season. And I look at every year when it's, whatever we want to call it, my birthday or Earth Day, I thank the Most High for another milestone, because that's how I look at every year is, wow, I made it to another milestone. I made it to another milestone. And when you are grateful that you even made it to that next milestone, it changes your perception of everything, because now we talked in previous episodes about gratitude and learning how to be grateful for everything. Because guess what? There are a lot of people that never made it to their 50s. And would you like to trade places with them? I wouldn't want to. There are family members of mine that didn't make it to their 40s, sibling. And for me to be here at this age, 60 plus, and wow, to be here to even share this information with you, what a blessing. Because I'm talking about this not just from what's on this paper, I'm talking about this from experience. So to be able to be blessed to be here to do this, wow, I am I am just thrilled to have made it to this place. And wherever the Most High sees fit to take me, I want to go. I just want to go. So I am not going to complain. I'm not going to complain. I am going to embrace. So as we move into the 50s, many women are experiencing menopause and adjusting to life post-hormonal shifts. So for some women in their 50s are still not quite in menopause yet, or, in the early 50s. So you may still be going through some hormonal shifts. But at some point in your 50s, you're going to go through complete menopause, right? So let's talk about how to thrive during this stage. Let's talk about that. How do we thrive during this stage? Is that Sister Adriana? Is that Sister Adriana? I'm not sure. Is that you, sis? Let me know. It says Adri the best. Let me know if that's you, Sister Adriana. So tonight, we're going to talk about menopause management. Some of the things that we can do to manage the menopause is herbs like black cohosh and evening primrose. Khan says, Shalom, good to see you. Thanks for coming in. So black cohosh and evening primrose can help, and as can mindful practices. So just being mindful, learn how to relax. Learn how to relax. And even when you're going through these shifts, take some time to just calm down. Know the things that you need to do. For some women, I see some women with like a spritz bottle when they're having the hot flash. You just spritz their face. You have to have that fan and know that you're going to go through these shifts, right? So have whatever it is that you need handy. Have your fan in your bag, or your little spritz bottle, whatever it takes to calm down your hot flashes. Then we want to talk about bone health. Strength training is non-negotiable. And be sure you're getting enough magnesium, calcium, and vitamin D. But strength training is so important to prevent osteoporosis and even osteopenia, which is the softening of the bones. And then sleep. Address sleep disturbances with natural remedies like magnesium glycinate or melatonin. So menopause is often seen as a challenging phase. How can women embrace this change and make it a time of renewal? It's a time of renewal rather than a time of regrets, right? So here's an article. And last week, I posted those articles in the comment box. Did that work pretty good for you all, sisters, rather than me posting it on the screen? Because it worked so much better for me, but I want to make sure that it works well for you also. Because this way, sometimes I would say I'm going to post the link afterwards and I may forget. But this way, you're getting the link and you're able to follow along with me without it being on the screen. So I hope that worked for you. Sister Bonnie says, share. I don't know what you said, Sister Bonnie. Can you retype that? Good to see you, sis. Good to see you. Shalom. All right. So the first article is by Psychology Today, Embracing Menopause and Finding Empowerment. So that's where we're going to start today. Let me bring this up for you. Here we go. And I'm going to share this link. Give me just a second. So you all can follow along. Open up this article in your browser and follow along with me. And we have a lot of stuff to go through tonight again, but even more so because, as we know, when you hit your 50s and beyond, there tends to be more health issues than when you're in your 20s and 30s and even your 40s. So, so there's a lot that we are going to cover. So this article by Psychology Today is written by Alona Pulde, MD. And this says, Embracing Menopause and Finding Empowerment. So the key points are reframing menopause as a transformation rather than a decline can empower women to embrace this life stage. Menopause is not just a physical transition, it deeply affects emotional and psychological well-being. Identifying and addressing unmet needs is crucial for reconnecting with oneself during menopause. So it says here, menopause is a word that is whispered in hushed tones, relegated to the shadows of conversation, brushed aside as if it were something to be ashamed of. Yet, the reality is that nearly every woman will experience menopause in her lifetime. So why does it remain such a taboo subject? When we do talk about menopause, the conversation often revolves around the physical symptoms, the hot flashes, the night sweats, the weight gain. But what about the emotional and psychological toll that it can take? The fears and anxieties that creep in, the fatigue that drains us of our energy, the struggle with our sense of identity and worth. For many women, menopause is not just a biological transition, it's a reckoning with mortality, with the passage of time, with the loss of youth and fertility. We grapple with the realization that we are no longer seen as the young, desirable woman we once were. We may feel like we're being pushed to the sidelines, deemed irrelevant in a society that values youth and beauty above all else. But what if we reframed the narrative around menopause? What if we saw it not as a decline into old age, but as a transformation, a shedding of the roles and expectations that society has placed upon us, and a rediscovery of our true selves? Instead of mourning the loss of our youth, let's celebrate the wisdom and experience that comes with age. Let's embrace our status as elders, as wise women who have lived and loved and learned. Let us use this time of transition to turn inward, to focus on our own growth and fulfillment, rather than constantly striving to meet the demands of others. Yeah, like I said, we realize at this point that we are not superwoman. We're not. Menopause is not the end of our journey. It is a new beginning. It's a chance to redefine ourselves on our own terms, to pursue our passions and dreams without the constraints of societal expectations. It's a time to prioritize self-care and self-discovery, to nurture our bodies and minds in ways that we may have neglected in the past. So let's start talking about menopause openly and honestly. Let's share our fears and frustrations, our triumphs and joy. Let's build a community of women who support and uplift each other through this transformative journey. And let's remember that menopause is not a sign of weakness or decline. It's a testament to our strength and resilience as women. It's a reminder that we are so much more than our physical bodies, that our worth is not determined by our age or appearance. So here's to embracing menopause with open arms, to facing it head on with courage and confidence, because together we can rewrite the narrative and reclaim our power as women. The journey can begin with small steps intended to help navigate the transition with confidence and empowerment. So here are some ways. One way is expressive writing. Take 5 to 10 minutes a day to write anything that comes to mind. The idea behind this exercise is to lift the curtain and peek at what's underneath. So no censoring. As you write, do not worry about punctuation, grammar, or even legibility. This is just about releasing suppressed and potentially even repressed emotions, allowing them to flow freely onto the page. Over time, this practice can help you process your feelings, gain clarity, and make sense of your experiences as you navigate your transition. Number 2, identify needs. We all have needs. They are universal. However, for so many of us women, we have had to bury them in order to take care of others. Through that process, we lose touch with what we desire from our lives, what we hope to achieve and what we long to discover, what we love and wish to keep in our lives, and what we are ready to release. There are numerous charts on feelings and needs on the internet. Find one that you like and print it out, carry it with you, and when you notice feelings, pleasant or unpleasant, take a look and see if you can identify the underlying needs. Note that when we have pleasant feelings, they indicate that our needs are being met. While when we have unpleasant feelings, they let us know we have needs that are not being met. With practice, you will start connecting to yourself in a deeper and richer way. Incorporate movement. Movement, and not necessarily formal exercise, is one of our basic needs. Make it part of your routine by finding something you love and doing it daily. Dancing, Pilates, walking, playing basketball or pickleball, etc. Not only does it support your physical well-being, but also helps with mood and emotional regulation. Number 4, find a creative outlet. Engage creativity by exploring something new or revisiting something you have done before, like writing, painting, knitting, gardening, dancing, or playing a musical instrument. Sometimes these avenues allow you to express yourself in ways that words cannot. They can be a powerful tool for processing emotions, finding joy, and reconnecting with parts of yourself that have been overshadowed by life's responsibilities. And that was by, here's the author, Alona Pulde, MD. She specializes in nutrition, lifestyle, and connection medicine, and has a particular passion for women's health. She is the author of 6 books, including a New York Times bestseller. So, wow. I mean, that spoke to me. That article really spoke to me, especially when it talks about incorporating movement, not just laying around all day, just doing nothing. Because sometimes women feel that because they're getting older, oh my gosh, they don't want to get out, they don't want to do things. But even going for a walk on a daily basis, being active even inside your home, not just sitting in front of the television all day, being active, and the creative outlet. Finding a creative outlet. That is my thing. There are just so many things that I love to do. And every day it's like a new adventure. It's like a new adventure. So I have a lot of crafts going on right now. Quite a few things, not just my drinks, but many of you know I make these purses, and now I'm making bath soaks and lip glosses, and I am having so much fun. And the reason I'm able to have this much fun right now is because I have lived long enough, thank the Most High, to retire. And so now, rather than just working and taking care of everybody else, I can now really spend time doing a lot of the things that I love to do without having to basically balance that time with going and working an 8 to 10 hour job. So there are benefits to getting into your 50s and beyond and being able to retire. Sister Phyllis says, I never thought about writing. Yes, sis, writing is so freeing. And we've talked a lot on these broadcasts about journaling. So yes, I strongly encourage writing and journaling. I strongly encourage that. So where are we now? Oh, wow. So yes, so that was women in 50s and primarily navigating menopause. That is the main thing that women in their 50s are concerned about, right? And now, what about women in their 60s and beyond? Now we're talking about longevity and vitality. So let's finally let's celebrate women in our 60s and beyond. This is the time to focus on maintaining mobility, brain health, and emotional wellness. mobility, brain health, and emotional wellness. This is what we need to talk about for women in 60s and beyond. So low impact exercises, swimming, walking, and stretching can work wonders for joint health. Swimming, believe it or not, I'm from an island, and it is a shame. I am ashamed to say I cannot swim, but it's the truth. But I sure can walk. I can walk and I can stretch. So although I'm not able to swim, I can walk and I can stretch. And these work wonders for joint health. Maybe it's not too late to learn how to swim, right? It's not too late. Maybe that's something that should be probably on my list of things to do, my to-do things. Take a swimming class. That would be cool. All right, brain health. Incorporate brain-boosting foods like blueberries and walnuts. Those are some of my favorite. And keep learning. Keep learning. Do not stop learning. Take up a hobby, solving puzzles, a new skill. Just keep learning. Whatever you do, you want to keep that brain active. Social engagement. Staying connected is essential for mental and emotional well-being. That's right, Sister Phyllis. Never too late to do anything. That's correct. So who knows what I'm going to do this summer, most high willing. Who knows what this summer is going to look like for me? If, most high willing, swimming lessons may just be on the list of things to do. That's one thing. I have never been one to put these age boundaries around me in certain ways. If it's something that I want to learn, something that I'm interested in, I'm going to go after it. Shalom, sis. Sister Sierra, so good to see you, sis. So good to see you. Shalom. So yes, take up a hobby, solving puzzles or a new skill, and then social engagement. Staying connected is essential for mental and emotional well-being. Stay connected with your sisters, your family, your friends. Healthy relationships. Stay connected to those healthy relationships. Detox. At this stage, it's less about quick detoxes and more about minimizing exposure to environmental toxins. And there's just so much stuff out there, so much stuff in the environment that we really need to be aware of. So what are some small but powerful habits that women in their 60s and beyond can adopt to support longevity and vitality? What are some of the things that we can do? So here's another article that I'm going to share with you. Sister Paula says, I'm in my third book, and when I go back through my journal, it is so powerful. Remind me of some things that the Most High have said to me. All praises, sis. All praises. Yeah, journaling. And I have to be honest, I am not so good at staying up with journaling. I'm really not. But one thing for sure that I thank the Most High for is that He has given me such an amazing memory. And I thank the Most High for that, where I can go back and I can remember certain things. And, I just have, praise the Most High, a good memory. Especially when it, like you said, when it comes to the things that the Most High has done and said and, and brought me through. So those are the things that are so important that I really hold on to. But journaling definitely is very important. And I know a lot of women that journal and have been journaling for years. That was never something that I really adopted. And so it for me is a struggle to keep up with it. But for those of you that that journal, I've heard some very positive things. That for me is one of the things that I struggle with. So let's look at this article, Women Who Stay Youthful and Happy in Their 60s and Beyond. Let's look at this article. Let me share this with you. All right. Let me get it here on my end. And this is from a website called hackspirit.com. It says, women who stay youthful and happy in their 60s and beyond usually adopt these 9 simple habits. And let's see what these simple habits are. It says, living a youthful and joy-filled life in your 60s and beyond isn't just about good genes. It's about habits, those little things you do each day that make a massive difference over time. You see, the women who seem to defy the years have some things in common. They've adopted simple routines that keep them vibrant and happy, no matter how many birthdays they've celebrated. I don't know about you all, but I have a million pop-ups coming up on this site, and it is so very distracting. It says, don't worry, you don't need a quote-unquote magic potion for this. I'm going to share with you 9 simple habits these women have embraced. They might seem ordinary, but trust me, they're extraordinarily effective. So let's dive in and see how these habits can help you stay youthful and joyful in your 60s and beyond. Number 1, oh my goodness, these things are just popping up like it's just madness. It's madness. Wow. I'm not getting a break over here. Number 1, they embrace a positive mindset. Aging gracefully isn't just about maintaining physical health, it's also about nurturing a positive mental attitude. Women who stay youthful and happy in their 60s and beyond understand this. They know that their thoughts can shape their reality. So they choose, oh my gosh. You know, I didn't notice this many pop-ups when I first went on this site. This is really, I'm trying to get rid of them. Oh my gosh, this is so distracting. I'm so sorry, sisters. I hope you're doing better than me when it comes to navigating your way through this article. Okay. Women who stay youthful and happy in their 60s and beyond understand this. They know that their thoughts can shape their reality. So they choose to think positively, focusing on the good things in life rather than dwelling on the negatives. It's not about ignoring the challenges or pretending that everything is perfect. It's about finding the silver lining, keeping a sense of humor, and staying optimistic even in tough times. This positive mindset helps them to keep stress levels low, enjoy life more, and yes, even look younger. So if you're aiming for a joyful life in your 60s and beyond, cultivating a positive mindset could be your first step. Number 2, they prioritize physical activity. No matter what age you are, staying active is always crucial. But for women in their 60s and beyond, it's a habit that can make a significant difference to both their physical and emotional well-being. Let me share with you a story about my Aunt June. Now, Aunt June is in her 70s, but she's as lively as anyone I know. She's always been an active woman, but since retirement, she's taken it to another level. Every morning, without fail, Aunt June goes for a brisk walk in the park near her house. Rain or shine, she's out there, often with a group of friends. It's not just about the exercise for her, it's also about the fresh air and the sense of community. And you know what? Aunt June is one of the most vivacious and youthful people I know. Her energy levels are through the roof, and she has this radiant glow about her that's infectious. I'm convinced that her commitment to staying physically active plays a significant role in her youthful energy. So make like Aunt June, whether it's walking, dancing, or gardening, find a physical activity you love and make it part of your daily routine. Number 3, they stay socially connected. Having a strong social network isn't just good for your emotional health. It can actually help you live longer. A study found that social isolation can be as harmful to our health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Isn't that something? Women who keep a youthful glow and a happy demeanor well into their 60s and beyond usually maintain close relationships with family and friends. They make it a point to stay connected, be it through regular catch-ups, phone calls, or even social media. These interactions provide emotional support, keep them mentally stimulated, and also give them a sense of belonging. It's no wonder that social butterflies often age more gracefully. So don't underestimate the power of a good chat with a dear friend or a family gathering. It could be your secret to aging well. Number 4, they maintain a balanced diet. Food is fuel for our bodies. It's what keeps us going and affects our physical health in so many ways. But did you know that what you eat can also influence how you age? Women who stay youthful and happy into their 60s and beyond often follow a balanced diet. They steer away from processed foods, unhealthy fats, and excess sugar. Instead, they fill their plates with fresh fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. This doesn't mean they never indulge in their favorite treats. It's all about moderation and making conscious choices about what they put into their bodies. Eating a balanced diet not only helps maintain a healthy weight, but also gives them the nutrients they need for glowing skin and high energy levels. So remember, embrace healthy eating habits today for a youthful and vibrant tomorrow. Number 5, they stay curious and keep learning. This is what I was just talking about. One of the secrets to staying youthful and happy at any age is to never stop learning. Women who appear to have found a fountain of youth understand this. They stay curious about the world around them, always eager to learn something new, whether it's a new language, a new skill, or even just reading a book on a topic they know nothing about. This habit of continuous learning keeps their minds sharp and engaged. It also gives them a sense of purpose and achievement, which contributes to their overall happiness. Well, we have touched on so many of these points. Throughout, this last year especially. Next thing that it's brought up, they practice gratitude. We just talked about this not too long ago, about virtue medicine, gratitude being one of those. In the hustle and bustle of life, it's easy to overlook the small blessings that we encounter every day. Yet, these are often the things that matters most. Women who stay youthful and happy into their 60s and beyond understand the power of gratitude. They take time each day to reflect on the good in their lives, appreciating everything from the beauty of a sunrise to the laughter shared with a good friend. This simple act of acknowledging and appreciating life's blessings help them maintain a positive outlook. It reminds them of the joy that can be found in everyday moments, keeping their hearts light and their spirits young. So why not try it? Take a few minutes each day to count your blessings. You might be surprised at how this small habit can have such a big impact on your happiness and youthfulness. Number 7, they make time for self-care. Self-care isn't just a trendy buzzword. It's a necessary habit for maintaining both physical and mental health. She says here, for years, I struggled with the misconception that taking time for myself was somehow selfish. Many women go through that, especially when you're a young mom, and wife, when you feel, oh, I need to take some time for myself to just even get in the tub and just soak for 20 minutes. It's like, oh, but that is so selfish. I need to be doing this. I need to be doing that for everybody else. No, we really have to nurture ourselves, because how can we be there for others when we're not there for ourselves? If we fall apart, then everything else around us falls apart. So we have to take care of ourselves. And it says here, self-care isn't just a trendy buzzword. It's a necessary habit for maintaining both physical and mental health. So let's see. She says, but for years, I struggled with the misconception that taking time for myself was somehow selfish. But as I've grown older, I've realized that it's not just okay to prioritize self-care. It's essential. So true. Women who stay youthful and happy into their 60s and beyond know the importance of taking care of themselves. This might look like a relaxing bubble bath at the end of a long day. I'm not even going to go into that part. Even at just a few quiet moments with a cup of tea and a good book. Yes, the cup of tea and a good book. I am all for that. I'm all for that. By taking the time to recharge and rejuvenate, they are better equipped to handle life's stresses and maintain their youthful vigor. So remember to carve out some me time in your schedule. Your future self will thank you. Number 8, they get plenty of sleep. In our fast-paced society, sleep often takes a backseat to other commitments, but skimping on sleep can take a toll on our health and our appearance. Women who remain youthful and vibrant into their 60s and beyond value their sleep. They understand that getting a good night's rest is crucial for their bodies to regenerate and heal. Adequate sleep not only boosts their energy level, but also enhances their mood and keeps their skin looking fresh and radiant. It's not called beauty sleep for nothing. So make sure you're getting your 7 to 9 hours each night. Your body and mind will thank you for it. Number 9, they live with purpose. I love this one. I love this one. They live with purpose. Having a purpose in life is like having a compass. It gives you direction and makes you resilient in the face of adversity. Because so many women, they go through what they call the empty nest syndrome, when the children leave home and they feel as, oh my gosh, what's my purpose now? Especially for women that were stay-at-home moms, right? Especially. Why? Because, that was their whole purpose at that time, raising the children. And for women who work outside of the home, a lot of times they're able to cope better because now they have a focus still on the job. So they feel as though, well, I still have a purpose here. But a lot of women go through, it's really difficult for them, and they go through that empty nest syndrome. So having a purpose in life is like having a compass. It gives you direction and makes you resilient in the face of adversity. Women who stay youthful and happy into their 60s and beyond often have a clear sense of purpose. They have passions, goals, and dreams that they pursue with enthusiasm. This gives them a zest for life that keeps them feeling young at heart. Living with purpose brings joy, fulfillment, and a sense of accomplishment. So identify your passions, set your goals, and live your life with purpose. It could be the key to your happiness and youthfulness. And this article was by Elizabeth Hartley. And it says Elizabeth Hartley is a London-based writer, she is passionate about helping others discover the power of self-improvement. Her approach combines everyday wisdom with practical strategies shaped by her own journey, overcoming personal challenges. Eliza's articles resonate with those seeking to navigate life's complexities with grace and strength. And I can really relate to living with purpose, because I'm telling you, I've mentioned this before numerous times, where I've been in medicine all my life, it seems like, right? Growing up, going to work with my mother in the hospital when I was just, a little child. And in high school, working as a candy striper in the hospital, and then joining the military, becoming an Army medic. And from there, blah, 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 until, becoming a physician assistant and as a PA for 25 years. Before that, I was a nurse, and then becoming a PA. And so I've always been in healthcare. I've always worked in the medical profession, and I loved what I did. But then came 2022. There was a huge change in my life based on a condition with my neck. And long story short, I was no longer able to work. And I remember, just laying on that bed and talking to the Most High and crying, and okay, I know that you have a plan for me. I know you do. And, and I knew that he had a plan for me, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what it was at that time. And I just kept telling the Most High, I know whatever it is, your will is always perfect. It's always perfect. Because I knew that at that point, not only through my issue with my neck, but I felt it in my spirit that this was no longer my passion. What I was doing, it was just no longer, I did not have the same passion. Although I love to help others, there were just so many things, as we all know, that went on in 2020, that so many things that shifted my mindset. And I knew that I could no longer continue to do what I was doing the way that I was doing it. And everything changed. And out of that time where I spent so much time on my bed, crying out to the Most High about what I was experiencing at the time physically, and what do I do now that I've walked away from the job and actually was going into retirement, retired early. And that's when Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty was birthed. Yes, I gave birth to Tea Time with Shebrew Royalty during that time. And it was like the Most High gave me a new purpose. He did. And what I do every Sunday, I can't wait for Sundays to be able to do what I do, to come out here and talk to you all and, do what I can to educate you on all of these different topics, and even keep my mind engaged, keep me learning, keeping me passionate, and knowing that I have a purpose, knowing that I have a purpose outside of just myself, right? But to be able to help others with the gifts and talents that the Most High has given me. This has always been so important to me, is to be able to help others. So, like I said, this resonated with me so much when number 9, living with purpose, especially at the age that I am right now, knowing that, I can still utilize my gifts and talents to help others. It's a beautiful thing. So this is really my golden years. This is really my golden years, because I'm really living a dream right now, and I'm loving it. How do you all feel at the stage that you're at right now? How do you all feel? Sister Ada, shalom, sis. Shalom. Good to see you. Welcome, my sister. Yeah, how are you all feeling at this age? Talk to me. Are you feeling vibrant? Are you feeling, are you living with vigor? Or how are you feeling? Talk to me. Y'all are so silent. Y'all are so silent right now. Talk to me. Last week, y'all were very engaging. So come on, talk to me. Engage with me. We're going to talk about aging and digestive health, because this is a big area for seniors. Digestive health. So let's talk about aging and digestive health. And like I mentioned earlier, there's just so many areas that we need to go into for the 60s and beyond, because we're not as young as we used to be. So, things start changing, and we have to be able to adapt, and we have to learn how to really slow down the aging process, not accelerate it. And based on our lifestyle will determine if we're going to age faster, because unfortunately, I've seen women in their 50s and 60s that look so old. And it has a lot to do with the lifestyle that they've lived throughout their years, the smoking, the drinking, the drugs, not really taking care of their skin, not eating properly. And so and it's never too late. It's never too late to change bad habits. If you are engaging in any bad habits right now, this is the time to stop and make that change. You're never too late. Start reversing some of these things. So even though there may be some conditions that are already in place, by you changing those habits can also slow down that process. But if you continue on the path of poor eating habits, of not drinking enough water, not, or drinking too much, smoking, whatever it is that you're indulging in, that's not good habits. If you continue on that path, then we already know it's going to lead to destruction. So stopping those things can actually, in some cases, reverse the problem, or at a minimum, reduce it. Slow it down. So Sister Johnny says, living with enthusiasm and high hopes of seeing YASHAYA return. Amen. 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 Sister Paula says, you're doing a great job and well, appreciate the water, sis. Appreciate it because I got some good tips. All praises to the Most High, sis. All praises. So let's talk about this digestive health. Let's talk about this. Aging and digestive health. What are 6 factors to watch for? So it says here, as you get older, and this is from, let's see, where's this article? Michigan Medicine from the University of Michigan. As you get older, new stomach symptoms as well as more serious digestive system disorders can crop up. So your digestive system works hard every day to digest the food you consume. After years of this, you may start to see some changes in your digestive health. That's because aging, though it does not affect the digestive system the same way it does other organs in the body, is a risk factor for some issues, including colon cancer, acid reflux, stomach sensitivity to medications, and a decreased absorption of some vitamins. This is partially because as we grow older, our stomach produces less acid. Without acid's protection, hard on the stomach medications such as ibuprofen may become harder to bear. And just as the muscles throughout your body might tire more easily than they did in your 20s and 30s, the muscles in your gastrointestinal tract, including the esophagus and bowel, can slow down. This often leads to increased symptoms such as acid reflux or constipation, respectively, over age 65. Here's more on what to watch for as you age. Constipation. Our digestive system moves food through our bodies through a series of muscle contractions. As we age, this process can slow down. When that happens, more water from the food is absorbed into the body, which can lead to constipation. Staying hydrated is very important to help prevent constipation. Inactivity can also contribute to constipation. So remember to get at least 30 minutes of moderate physical activity 4 days a week. Number 2, medication. The medicines we take to help with one physical problem can contribute to another. Medications taken for high blood pressure or muscle and joint pain can lead to constipation. So remember your water and activity levels. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, NSAIDs, such as ibuprofen and COX-2 inhibitors, can increase your risk of stomach bleeding and ulcers. If you take these medications, take note of the color of your stool and tell your doctor if it's dark or shows signs of blood. Colon cancer. It is recommended that most people have their first colonoscopy at 50. This is because the risk of developing polyps in your colon increases at that age. Non-cancerous polyps can become cancerous, so it's important to have a colonoscopy to identify and remove any polyps before cancer develops. Diverticular disease. Diverticulosis is quite common in those over age 60. It occurs when the small pouches that line the colon bulge out in weak spots along the intestinal wall. Some people may have no symptoms when this happens, while others can experience gas, bloating, cramps, or constipation. Diverticulosis typically does not require treatment, but when the pockets become inflamed, you can develop stomach pain, cramping, fever, chills, and vomiting. This can be treated with pain relievers, antibiotics, and diet changes. Then there's GERD. Although a person of any age can develop gastrointestinal reflux disease or GERD, it is quite common among older adults. Some with GERD has stomach acids that back up into their esophagus, causing heartburns and other symptoms. Left untreated, that acid can change the lining of your esophagus and lead to a condition called Barrett's esophagus. A small number of those with Barrett's esophagus can develop esophageal cancer. There are many treatments options for GERD and Barrett's esophagus. So discuss any symptoms you have with your doctor. Then there's non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. Older adults who are obese or who have high triglycerides or diabetes are at a higher risk for non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, a condition where fat accumulates in the liver. It's the most common type of liver disease in the country and can cause scarring of the liver tissue. Over time, patients can develop liver cancer or failure. Although there are often no symptoms, the condition can be diagnosed with a blood test of liver enzymes and an ultrasound. There are treatments to help prevent and even reverse liver damage. So it's important to seek and follow treatment from your doctor. So as we move along, we see there are a lot of things that when you hit your 60s that you need to be aware of, right? You need a lot of things that in our 30s and 20s may not even cross our minds. Let's see. Sister Paula says, I never would dream or think of at 64 that it's going to become my best year spiritually, mentally, and physically. Praise the Most High. Khan says, Sister Carla says, I have to stop chasing down my exercise routine from my early 50s and accept a gradual reintroduction to strength training. Who are you telling? Who are you telling? Sister Carla says, I get so frustrated and have to learn. Let's see. That light is in my eye again. Have to lean on Rawach for patience. Yes, sis. We're not in our 20s, 30s, or even 40s anymore. So we have to be a little bit more gentle with ourselves. We have to be a little bit more gentle. So, yeah. And once again, talking about the digestive health, we have been talking a lot about gut health. And so it's important to start now. And, you know, I'm going to push the kombucha again. Why? Because that is so good for the gut. It is so good for the gut. And not just kombucha, but the fermented foods. We're talking about the kimchi and the sauerkraut, fermented foods. Please, please, please incorporate a fermented food in at least one meal a day to help to balance your gut. All right? Especially, like I said, as we get older. So let's see, where are we with time? Boy, I still have, oh my goodness. I'm wondering if there's going to be a part 3. It's looking like there may be a part 3. I still have, let me see how many articles I have to go over, because I'm telling you, when we hit our 60s, there's a lot that we have to learn and relearn. 50s and 60s, we have to, like you said, Sister Carla, we're not exercising like we used to. You know, those, I remember doing all those squats and all of that, and you know, I can't do that anymore. My knees are like, no, you're not. My knees are, my neck for sure. It's like, you're going to put a barbell across. No, you're not going to do that to me. So my body tells me, it keeps me in line. I'm not doing all of that. So that was how many decades ago? That's so, you know, it was good when back then. It was really good. I loved my hard workouts. I really did. But no. So speaking of that, the next article is joint pain isn't inevitable with age. You could have fooled me, but only kidding. No, not everyone in their 60s, 50s and 60s and beyond struggle with, maybe some aches and pains here, but some of us more than others, right? And once again, it has to do with our lifestyle when we were younger. So let's look at this article by WebMD. It says joint pain is not inevitable with age. Let's look at this. I know it's a lot, sisters. I know it's a lot, but you can always come back and watch this again. And also, you have these articles that you can visit at any time. At any time. So let me get into this article. And this is by WebMD. It says here, as you age, you might expect that some level of joint pain or arthritis is just a part of the territory. Experts now say that may not be the case if you start making healthy changes early. Once again, early. Pain showing up as people age is a real thing. More than 50% of people over the age of 65 have some level of joint pain. So here are some types of pain. Knowing the ways pain can show up in your joints can get you on the right path. Joint pain is dependent on many things, such as a family history, physical activity levels, environmental conditions, history of injuries or trauma, says Brett Smith, DO, a rheumatologist in Alcoa, Tennessee. Pain is more common as we age, but not necessarily a fact of life. There are many types of arthritis. Two you may hear the most about are osteoarthritis, OA, the most common type of arthritis. It impacts 27 million Americans. Osteoarthritis is often called wear and tear arthritis because it comes from using your joints over time or after an injury. In OA, the cartilage that cushions the end of the bones in your joints wear away until bone rubs on bone. Rheumatoid arthritis, RA, an inflammatory condition where your immune system attacks the tissue that lines your joints. Symptoms can also include tender, warm, stiff, and swollen joints, along with fever, fatigue, and loss of appetite. Knowing where pain might show up can be just as important as why. High traffic joints like knees, lower back, neck, shoulders, toes, and the base of the thumb are likely spots for OA, osteoarthritis joint pain, due to injuries and extra weight. Arthritis often affects your hands because of your genes, hand injuries, or heavy use. Take a close look at your lifestyle to see where you might be able to make some joint-friendly changes. Quit smoking. You've heard it before. Smoking causes a lot of damage. It can harm every organ in your body. The damage can also include your joints. You're more likely to get rheumatoid arthritis and to have worse joint damage if you do. Some studies suggest smoking makes pain from knee osteoarthritis worse, and that smokers are twice as likely to have cartilage as non-smokers. Am I reading that right? Some studies suggest smoking makes joint pain from osteoarthritis worse, and that smokers are twice as likely to have cartilage as non-smokers. I think they meant to say cartilage damage or less cartilage as non-smokers. If you smoke, you may feel pain more intensely. It may also be harder to find relief from pain medication used to treat arthritis. Talk to your doctor if you need help quitting. They may suggest joining a support group, using nicotine patches or other remedies. Lose weight. One of the biggest contributors to joint pain is being overweight. One study found that every extra pound puts 4 pounds of pressure on your knees. Or to look at it in a different way, losing 10 pounds of weight can take 40 pounds of pressure off. That's amazing. Get and keep moving. Moving your body regularly can help prevent pain as you age and further prevent damage. Trade activities that take a toll on your joints, like running, for low-impact exercises like swimming, walking, and biking. Weight training builds the muscle that helps support your joints. Exercises that strengthen your core, your abs, and your back muscles will help prevent falls and other injuries that might damage your joints. Try to move daily. Find a walking buddy. If you sit a lot for work, try to take calls while standing or consider investing in a standing desk. Ditch the sugary drinks. They can boost inflammation, lead to weight gain, and make you more likely to get rheumatoid arthritis. On the other hand, drinking enough water can help decrease pain. Your joints are 70 to 80% water. So getting enough will keep your synovial fluid that's in your joints well lubricated. Eat the good stuff. Eating healthy food is another way to prevent joint pain as you age. Some foods can have a negative impact on your joints. They can trigger inflammation, pain, and swelling. A healthy diet includes fresh fruits and vegetables and cooking from scratch to avoid processed foods, says Elena Shupu, MD, a rheumatologist professor at the University of Michigan. It's time-consuming, but we must invest in our health, including our joint health, which will determine our quality of life as we get older. Find healthy recipes that sound good to you and consider cooking on Sunday or Monday for the week ahead. Sleep tight. A lack of quality sleep can make your joint pain worse. Restless nights can cause depression, worsen pain, and even make it more likely that your arthritis will lead to disability. When you don't get enough shut-eye, it's hard for your body to fight back against pain. Making sleep a priority starts with good sleep hygiene. That means going to bed and waking up at the same time each day. Turn off electrical devices, cell phones, laptops, TVs at least an hour before you hit the hay. Do things to calm you down, like taking a warm bath, sipping a cup of tea, or meditating. So here are some joint pain treatments. If you're already having joint pain, talk to your doctor. Treatment that can help include NSAIDs, which are non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs such as Motrin or ibuprofen. Massage therapy, yay. Sister Ada, you're out there, the water for what you do. My massage therapist, she is out there, Sister Ada. Physical therapy, disease-modifying medications for rheumatoid arthritis, and then there's surgery. In addition to traditional treatments, alternative therapies to joint pain may include supplements like glucosamine and chondroitin. Some studies suggest these natural substances found in healthy cartilage, the connective tissue that cushions your joint, can protect cartilage and may help stop inflammation. Supplement-producing products are made from the cartilage of animals like cows, even pigs or shellfish. So if you're taking glucosamine and chondroitin, you really want to check the label and see what these supplements are being made from. If it doesn't say bovine, which is for the cows, from a cow, then more than likely it's porcine, which is pig, or shellfish, which we don't do any of that, right? So be very, very careful if you're taking glucosamine and chondroitin to make sure that it is from cows, from the bovine. They can also be made in a lab. Then there's fish oil. Omega-3 fatty acids help your body make chemicals that manage inflammation and can help ease stiffness. You can get them as supplements from foods like salmon, tuna, and nuts. Or you may try products such as acupuncture. I mentioned that last week. That didn't work. I tried that. I had a very negative response to acupuncture. And so for myself, I will not do that ever again. But there are people out there that says it works for them. But do your research. Do your research, sisters. Then there's visco supplementation. This OA treatment involves a doctor injecting hyaluronic acid, which is a naturally occurring substance in joint fluid, into your joints, most commonly the knee. This fluid lubricates bones so they can move easily together. And then PRP, platelet-rich plasma. I can vouch for PRP. Doctors use your own blood platelets in strong doses to inject back into your joints. These platelets contain hundreds of proteins known as growth factors, which can help speed up the healing response in your body. But there isn't enough evidence yet to say how well it works. Well, I can speak on it. And it's so shocking to see that PRP is actually mentioned here on WebMD as one of the treatments. Because when I was going through what I was going through with my neck back in 2022, to even find out about PRP, that was a miracle in itself. But long story short, there aren't many doctors. I mean, there are more now. More doctors are becoming available and providing PRP for especially joints like the knees, the elbows, ankles, and so on and so forth. My neck condition, that's the treatment that I received. And like I said, I had never heard about it before, had never heard about PRP before until my neck condition, and I started doing my research and I learned about PRP. And I went to a doctor in Santa Monica. This treatment was not covered by insurance. It's not covered by VA. And so I had to pay out of pocket. My doctor had recommended 6 treatments for my neck. At that point, I could afford 2. But the response that I received, the response that I got from these 2 injections was miraculous and very life-changing. And so at some point, more than likely, I am going to go back to this doctor, pray for me, pray that the Most High opens the door for me to go back to California and have the rest of my treatments. I haven't been able to find a doctor in my area here that does that treatment on the neck. Like I said, you can find it for the knees, for your wrists, for your elbows, Many doctors treat those areas, but the neck is such a sensitive area that it's really hard to find doctors that are skilled in treating the neck with the PRP. So anyhow, yes, pray for me that I'm able to get back to my doctor in California and receive the rest of my treatments. So it says here, talk to your doctor about the options that may be best for you. If you're having joint pain at any age, talk to your doctor. Ask them how you might be able to take steps now to ensure your age and years are happy and pain-free. Wow. So we are at 9:30 and I still have, wow, 4 articles. So sisters, and these, I don't want to rush through this. Can you put the article before this one in the chat? I didn't. Which one was that? Let me go back, Sister Phyllis. Let me go back and see which one. Was it the one about the digestive health? The digestive health? Let me see. Let me go back. Did I miss the digestive health? It appears as though I did. Let me see. Women who stay youthful and happy. Oh, what I did is I shared the same one twice. I apologize. I shared the same one twice. So the water for recognizing that, sis. Let me share that one about the digestive system. Give me just a second. Let me find it. Here we go. Oh my. Bear with me, sisters. Bear with me. Let me get this article up. I didn't realize I shared the same thing twice. Here we go. This is the one that we missed, the one on the digestive health. There you go. So like I said, I have 4 more articles. Do you all want to keep going or do you want a part 3 next week? Let me know your thoughts. Please, please, please post in the chat. Let me know. Do you want to continue? I have 4 more articles. Do you want a part 3 next week or do you want to continue? Talk to me. Shalom, Sister Ahab Karad. Shalom. Shalom. Welcome back. Welcome back. Good to see you, sis. So talk to me. Let me see what y'all are saying. Oh, I had, you did not leave. You did not leave, Sister Ahab Karad. I had scrolled all the way up. Part 3 would be good, says Sister Johnny. All right, we're going with, since you're the one that responded, Sister Johnny, all praises. We will do a part 3 because here are some of the things that we're going to go over next time. We're going to talk about something that's huge. Well, let's see. There's a common mistake that could be aging you faster. And then we're going to talk about what's called polypharmacy. And let's see. polypharmacy, common. And you know what? Actually, 1, 2, there's only 2 more articles and a mini video. Yeah, there's actually, so yeah, we can do a part 3. We can do a part 3 next week, and we will just add it. Yes, Sister Ada says part 3 would be good as well. So yes, that's where we're at. Part 3 next week. Part 3. So sisters, what did you all think? Did you learn much tonight? Did you learn much? There's so much to learn as we get older. We have to really, really start taking care of ourselves. We really do. If we were messing up early on, we need to change that now. It's not too late. So wellness is a lifelong journey. It's lifelong. And every stage of life brings new opportunities to grow, to heal, and to thrive. So no matter where you are, remember that self-care is a sacred act of love. The water, Sister Johnny, the water. So yes, next week's show, part 3. And just because it's not enough for an entire show, I will surprise you with something else. There's going to be part 3 and then a part 1 to something else, I'm sure. But yeah, so I am looking forward already to next week. So sisters, this is it for tonight. It's it for tonight. I hope that you found the information that was presented to you tonight. I hope that you found it useful. So if you did, please do me a favor, share this video with your sister friends, your relatives, give me a thumbs up. Invite someone to the show next week, bring them along, and let's grow this channel so that the information can reach Shebrews throughout the 4 corners of the earth, and even those that are not Shebrews but are willing to be a part of our community. So we are to let our light shine so that others can be led to the source of the light. Right? That's what we're supposed to do. Lead others to the source of the light, because we are not the source. We are just the vessel that the source uses to shine through. So praise the Most High. Praise the Most High. So I love you and always appreciate you taking time out of your busy, busy schedule to have tea and conversation with me. And tonight, coconut water. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Know that I'm praying for you and I'm praying for us. So until the Most High brings us back together, may you prosper and be in good health. And remember, true healing begins inwardly before it is expressed outwardly. So I'm your hostess, Qala Yakachaa, a voice of reasoning and justice. Have a blessed night. Have an amazing week. And if it's the Most High's will, I will see you back here next week. Same tea time, same tea channel. I love you all so very much. And I can't wait to see you next week. Shalom. AHAYAH.